In the year 1900, New York City was attracting all sorts of people. There were poor immigrants looking for a fresh start, and rich people looking to enjoy the theater and shopping areas. At this time, a number of hotels were beginning to develop. The 19-story, 533-room Martinique Hotel, located near Broadway between 5th and 6th Avenue between 32nd and 33rd Street, underwent a couple of construction phases. Construction began in 1897 and the hotel opened the following year. The second phase of construction was completed in 1900. The Martinique was owned by William R. H. Martin, the head of a New York clothing company called Roger P. Clothing Company. Martin hired Henry Janeway Hardenberg to design the new hotel in a Beaux-Arts style. The characteristics of the style are detailed stone finishes and symmetry in plans and facades. The Martinique has light-colored masonry with a tiled masonry roof. On the interior, there is a large spiral staircase that goes up to all stories. The large stairs are also an example of the Beaux-Arts style. The only disadvantage to this hotel was that there was no private bathrooms in the guests' rooms. What made this hotel so great was its location. It was in the theater district, which was making its way north from downtown Manhattan. Some examples are the Lyceum Theater that was south of the Martinique on 24th Street and Broadway, and the Metropolitan Opera House, north of the Martinique between 39th and 40th Street. Actors and audience members would hang out in or around the Martinique after a show. Just 2 blocks east of the Martinique Hotel and 9 blocks north of Madison Avenue and 41st Street is the Library Hotel, also built in 1900 and designed by architect Stephen B. Jacobs. Built in a narrow plot of 25 by 100 feet and 12 stories high, this hotel had only 60 rooms. The owner, James Graham Phelps Stokes, commissioned the brown brick and terracotta Gothic-style structure. Gothic-style architecture's characteristics include pointed arches, an emphasis on carved decorations, and very vertical elevations. What makes the Library Hotel so unique is how it used the nearby New York Public Library on 5th Avenue for inspiration in its interior. Every floor of the hotel has its own theme. The 3rd floor's theme was social science, the 4th floor was language, 5th floor was math and science, 6th floor was technology, 7th floor was arts, 8th floor was literature, 9th floor was history, 10th was general knowledge, 11th was philosophy, and the 12th was religion. Each floor and the rooms were designed according to the designated theme. The guests could ask for whichever subject room interests them, and that room would have a variety of books on the subject they chose. The hotel was also conveniently located near the Grand Central Depot on 42nd Street, through which many people came to Manhattan. Much farther north, the Insania Hotel on West 74th Street between West End and Amsterdam Avenue was under construction in 1899 and finished sometime in 1904. At the time, the surrounding area was mostly fields. The southern part of Manhattan was more popular than the northern, but that didn't stop William Earl Dodge Stokes in creating the biggest hotel in the world at the time. He hired architect Paul E. Du Bois to build his 44,000 square foot 16-story high structure. The massive space held 1,400 rooms and 340 suites, more than double the rooms of the Martinique and the Library hotels combined. The steel frame structure had a Beaux-Arts style. The facade was light stone. Its steel frame skeleton would support the loads of the building. This made thicker walls optional because they were now just weather barriers instead of structural walls. They also used terracotta to fireproof the walls. Another thing that made this structure so unique was its early form of air conditioning that consisted of air going through cold coils that could control the temperature and humidity of a room. The hotel also had a farm on the roof. The idea was to provide fresh bacon, eggs, and milk to the guests. A couple other features of the hotel were 6-people elevators, Turkish baths, 2 swimming pools, seals in the lobby's fountain, and a pressurized tube system that allowed tenants to pass around messages from their own rooms. All 3 buildings are still standing now, which shows how things were built to last in 1900. from the Martinique's location in the center of the theater district to the book-themed library hotel and the technological innovations of the Insania. Each building demonstrated that New York was becoming one of the world's greatest cities.